Welcome to a Schmoopydady THL experience. I'm your host, as per usual, Schmoopydady, in the daytime. Playing some Wild THL, which if you're not sure what THL is, it is Team Hearth League. It is a conquest grassroots organization that mimics professional play in that we are bringing 4 decks, banning 1, and seeking to win a best of 5 series. I need to get 3 of my decks through versus my opponent this week, which is Miszel, who has 3 of his own decks, and we're banning each of our decks. I chose to bring kind of a balanced lineup this time around. I brought my Treant Druid minus the nerfed card in Wildwood Circle. Wildwood Circle, which honestly was a huge relief to me because I didn't love it in the list. I know it was one of the better performing cards, but I just couldn't get it worked for me. So it gives me an excuse to revert to an older version, which I think is a little bit faster than Miszel. So I'm leaving Mizel's Treant Druid up. I'm bringing Seedlock, which is just good into slot piles and into aggro. Plus 100 Armor Warrior. We just talked about it with Maker. I think this might eat the ban if we look at Mizel's lineup. And Token Broxar DH. It's the hardest deck in the format. I'm really nervous about bringing it this week because I don't feel like I have enough reps for me to be super competitive with it. At the same time, it's so good I can't ignore not bringing it. So I'm bringing Filterphobe's version of that. Miszel, on the other hand, has brought his own cook for Divine Spirit Priest. He's doing the whole like chrono boost, make a charger, and then buff it up with Divine Spirit and smack me down with it. His own version of Treant Druid, which is running 1 Wildwood Circle and 1 Lightning Bloom and a couple other cards, 2 Lifebinder's Gifts, which I think is a little bit over the top. Token DH, but his version's running Spawning Pools and Zerglings versus mine, which is not, and his Libram Paladin list, which is actually kind of sweet. It's got a lot of lifesteal in it as far as the Tigris plushies and the Chillbraid Champion goes, and also it's notable in that it's incorporating ethereal oracles with double adaptations for a lot of draw, so that we don't have to rely on 2 Myrmidons to get the job done. No Cold Feet, no Rebuke, no problem. This version seems very slick and low to the ground, which is why I banned it. My game plan this round is to make Miszel prove to me he can play some of the best decks in the format in Treant Druid and Token DH, and I'm sure he can pilot the Divine Spirit Priest. I'm hoping that I can rush that down with my aggro decks. Probably going to lead with an aggro deck. Probably going to lead with my Treant Druid. I'm expecting my Warrior deck to get banned. We shall see. Okay. Let me send him the requests, friend requests, and we'll get rolling. I hate how there's never any feedback. Here we go. Just communicating my bans. He banned Warrior. It is blind. It is blind as far as what we don't get to see what our opponent's bringing each week. We have to basically anticipate what they're going to bring. And so I made the correct call in assuming he'd ban Warrior. So when he's banned Warrior, I'm pretty happy with my other choices. Okay. I want to first wish him good luck, have fun. Can't play the Warrior. I'm going to start with my Treant Druid and try to race him down. I'm fairly confident the Seedlock can get a win. It's whether or not I can get a win with the other decks, namely the aggro decks, get them through first and foremost. I have my emotional support beer. Okay, he's going with what I think is a favorable matchup for me. Let's see if I can get his code up here so you can see it too. All right, there's like no early removal, so I am sort of free to just sort of tempo out stuff. I'll do a quick rush to the board and hope that I can, yeah, an early board buff is probably pretty good for me. He is running 2 shards of the Naru, so he's kept 2 cards in hand. Probably shards, if I were to guess. If I were to guess. It's a little bit of an aggressive... this is a little bit of a cope on my end. I could have gone more aggressively for the draw cards. This is nice for me. Okay. All right, you can't hear it, but I got to play my emotional support tool. I still get nervous for these things. I had to take a break for a minute from THL entirely. I'm going to wait to buff just because he's proven that he is running silences. I don't think he has them in hand. Maybe I should have buffed this turn. Next turn's a good turn to buff because I've got possibly an avenue to get the owl down. Okay. It's already pretty big, but I think I need to ignore it. Could kill it. What if we don't leave it up? He can bring it back very easily. I think I have to ignore it. Or do I split the baby? No. I'm going to try and ignore it. If I try to trade into it, I think I'm already on a too slow a track. Here I'm showing lethal. He can summon more chargers. I hopefully find refill with this. I'm going to get my owl down too. It wouldn't be the hardest for him to get this lethal. Yeah, am I just dead? Okay. All right. 0-1. I don't, I could have traded in 1, but I think that's like hindsight 2020 because if I go in, I'm gonna do trance again. If I trade there, I think I'm on too slow a clock to actually win. So I don't feel bad about that. I think I had to trade. Okay. He goes token. We get our beanstalk. This is a little bit more of an easier hand. I'm already on the coin. I don't need to keep the bait. All right, I've got a really good pop off on turn 3. He's got a spawning pools early, and he plays it early, so he might know what he's doing with that. Probably gonna look for Blood Treant. Okay. Sure. Alright, I'll flip 1. Just to reduce. Top deck of Blood Treant. Okay. Next turn we pop off. Our order is going to be Forest Blossoms into Blood Treant into Aeroponics. Problem is I don't have a lot of rush. And if any of these are like one of his token type shits, I'm kind of in trouble. Go get that frost. There we go. Mark of the Lotus. Cool. Any more? Cultivation's huge. For sure this. I think it's always buff everything to 3. Just make it harder for him. Showing 22. I have lethal next turn, I think, with buffs. Depends on how much he flips here. He didn't keep the card that he's mousing over now. So if he got it... Alright, he got the Broxigar's Last Stand on the Mall. Okay. I might still be able to burst through this. Even if it's buffed, buffed Ironbound Brutes. Okay. Sure. Okay, 1 mana burn to fight through. Okay. Drawing 7. Got a lot of discounts. I might be cooked, chat. I might be down too. Oh, and he got the broom down. Yep. If these are rushing, then he got the broom down too. I do be cooked. Alright, can't swing this back. And the double mana burn. Alright, gotta avoid the sweep. So what is the next best deck, I think? I think we gotta get a win with Seedlock. I think we gotta win the Treant Druid. Maybe we go Token Druid after that? I feel most confident with the Seedlock. Let's get the Seedlock through. I can always reverse sweep this. Uh-oh. Don't crash, please.
My heart is one with the eternal forest. Your soul shall be mine.
Okay. Decent opening hand versus Trance. Also nice. I don't think I even tapped to start turn 2. I think I just ripped the mass productions. If he makes a Treant here, it tells me a lot about his hand. He kept 3 cards, so he must have a good start. Defile's always nice to have. I like getting the mass productions going early. Filterphobe said that was really important, which is why I'm not tapping there. Okay, he's starting with Lifebinder's Gift. We have to start to a Defile chain if we want it. Just because we didn't top deck something to use the 1 mana with, I would still do the exact same play. Gotta clear this. He's not running any Mark of the Lotus. Ooh, I think I got high rolled again. Okay. I can end up leaving an owl up, and that's probably the best I can do. I'm assuming he can just refill right after this, but it's the best I think I can do. Let's see. I kind of want him to hit me in the face. I'm worried if he doesn't make a big board here, what I'm in store for later. That's the problem I have. If he doesn't make a big board here that I have to answer, then it's just kind of putting off what I have to deal with later. All right, he's had at least one discount on the Lifebinder's gift, I believe. Okay. Yeah, this is rough. Okay. And his board's going to be sticky, too, after this. It's the answer in my deck. Nope, that's a quick 3-0 for him. GG's. Okay. All right. All right, so things we learned. Number one, we learned that Miszel can play his decks. I expected, like, I have been struggling with the token DH list, trying to get it to work. Clearly, he was pretty well drilled, and he knew exactly what he was doing. I needed... I'm not sure if I'm supposed to trade on that in that first matchup, or if it was a mistake never playing the token DH into the Treants. By the time you're down 0-2 in a series... By the time you're down 0-2 in a series, and you know you have to reverse a reverse sweep, you've got to win with all your decks anyway. And I felt like Seedlock had the most options for me getting there, but I played it well. As much as I don't like his lists, I got cooked by them, so that's what ends up happening. Regardless of whether or not I win or lose this season, I'm going to try and record and post all of my THL matches. So if you enjoyed this content, hopefully I'll win some of them. If you enjoyed this content, please consider to keep tuning in to Conquest Wild Hearthstone. And if you're interested in joining THL, make sure you visit the description to see if you want to try your hand at kicking my ass. Have a good one.